Okay. Okay. We're going. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. It goes in 3, 2, 1. Shit. This is the final score, episode 158 for freaking Wednesday, the 21st of May. Today it was me who had the mic on mute.
That was funny.
Yeah, good times. May 21st, 2014, everybody. It's the final score of the video game podcast for the rest of us. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Dunaway. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Scott Johnson. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here.
Wednesday night video game fun.
That's right. Wednesday night, midweek, baby. It's Nicole Spag over there. Hi, Nicole.
I'm here.
Are you the one that's been playing the new, the guys that did the...
Transistor?
Yeah. You've been playing that? Okay, we'll talk about that. Get into that. We'll get to that.
I've heard stuff.
I couldn't remember who played it. I guess it was you.
It's me. I'm addicted to it.
Brian, there's no demo yet, so suck it. Suck it. Hey, we're excited to be here. We got games to talk about. We got stuff to do. We've been doing some cool things. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Hey, what are you playing? I'm playing Let's Hope the microphone doesn't pick up the new air conditioner blowing on my head. That'd be great.
Is that what that noise is?
Can you hear that?
No, I can't.
I thought it felt cool in here.
It's a little
Brian.
bit. The new ceiling I'm getting here will block all that, but right now it's. And I haven't had the AC on since we moved in, so I didn't really know it made all this noise.
You
I
can't
don't hear it. I don't hear it.
Okay, good.
And I have Bose headphones on, so Brian.
Oh well, it's
Brian's smoking air.
Fancy. Goodness me.
I have on earphones.
My pinky out.
Very nice. So here's what I've been playing: Diablo 3. Okay, moving on. I won't bring that up every week. But
if you're interested in Diablo 3, listen to the podcast with Scott Johnson.
The
weekly.
Diablo show on Saturdays. So here's the deal. That game has its had its 2-year anniversary this last week, and so it only bears mentioning that was a time where you could go in and get a ton of bonus loot and extra XP and stuff. And it's still going until tomorrow night. So you still have a chance. Get in there. It's 100% more. Yes, 100% more XP. 100% increased chance of legendary drops and green set drops and all that kind of stuff.
That's
yeah, it means essentially double.
I should probably play it.
I don't know why they put it that way.
I got into the alpha beta for HOTS.
The alpha beta. Oh, you mean
Or not alpha.
the technical alpha? You
Wow,
mean.
what is that?
The alpha beta. Did you get the gamma nutra or Kama Sutra? I almost said. So hold on, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
great. What do you think of it? Do you like it?
Technical alpha. You know, I thought they were just gonna dump me into it, kind of like Dota 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the tutorial already set up, and I'm like,
That's the
okay,
first thing you do.
I'm getting all right. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
And I needed Blizzard to Blizzardified the MOBA experience for me.
Yep.
Because
Isn't that your first impression? As soon as you get in there and you see what they're going to do with you and Raynor and it all voiced and everything, you're like, oh, they're going to do like they always do. They're going to make it so this is easy to get into and then super hardcore later.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
that's good.
I'm excited.
I felt the same thing. The only downside to that tutorial thing they do is that when they did a character wipe or a game wipe or whatever a couple of weeks ago, you had to start all that over again, and that kind of sucked. But hey, it's beta,
right, though.
alpha.
Yeah, exactly. Alpha. It's alpha beta.
Alpha beta, yeah, alpha beta.
Technical alpha.
You know what? Your term's better because this is the first time they've ever done an alpha to the public, and it feels like beta, which is usually what you do with the public on an open beta. It's kind of a limited beta, so I think it's actually a pretty good name for it. Alpha beta. Take that. Freaking technical alpha. What are they talking about over there? Good game though. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I'm excited.
I sent you an invite so we can
you did?
play.
Okay, good. Yeah, because you have to do manual invites on that game. It doesn't do your regular friends list, which kind of sucks.
Right, you have to start all over again.
But I haven't touched it since this loot week in Diablo because that's when you go and you get all your bonus stuff, man. It's just all great. I did just a rift run for lunch, like a half hour maybe, and I got 3 legendaries and 2 green set pieces. It was great. So, and tons of gold. Oh yeah, I get like a ton more gold too during this week. So anyway, that game's great. I love it. All right, I played on the iPad. Hold on, I'm getting a text here from Daryl for some reason. I played.
You guys start the show yet?
Yeah, we did. Dungelot 2 is out again. So a little history on this game. The original Dungelot game was like $3. It was a game I loved on iOS when it came out, and it was a whole lot of fun. It's a roguelike, but done in kind of a weird way. It feels kind of like Minesweeper in a way, but not entirely. You don't really have to be good at Minesweeper to be good at this game necessarily, but you just keep going down in these dungeons, stay alive as long as you can, kill stuff, collect stuff, earn stuff, unlock new characters, and so on. Just big progression RPG kind of quick game that you can play real quickly. And it uses touchscreen the way touchscreens are meant to be used. Not a lot of like trying to wedge controls into this thing. You just freaking tap the screen.
Brian, didn't you play this a while back?
Probably.
He forgets. If it was longer than 2 hours, it wasn't.
Let me see the screen.
I just remember you telling me about this game, and you told me I told you about this game, but I don't remember the game.
I remember it fondly. But so when they announced there was going to be a sequel, I got super excited. And February of this year, the sequel came out, but it had some bugs, some real balance problems.
Oh yeah, this game.
Some weird errors, and it also had some really janky free-to-play stuff built into it that made it really kind of, you were like, what are you guys doing? It's like they just went down that rabbit hole of like, well, everyone's doing free-to-play, so we got to wedge it all in here. And they did like 3 different kinds of free-to-play and microtransaction that thing up to the hilt and made it confusing, and it was missing some stuff, and the way the character progression was kind of convoluted and confusing and kind of irritating. So I was very disappointed, and everybody was. But one thing that was cool is the developer came out and said, yeah, we screwed up. This is a bad release, and we are going to pull it off the store, and we are going to start over. Not start over, but, kind of backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, reboot it.
Yeah, reboot
over.
So they pulled it off the App Store, both Android and iOS, and said, okay, we're going to work on this. And they started, putting out more test versions of the PC and Mac version and stuff. And then they had some closed beta testers on the phone and stuff. But it took them a while. It took until yesterday for them to get to where they wanted to be to do a new release. And it came out again yesterday, and I've been playing it like crazy. And I'm very happy to report that most of the problems are fixed. The bugs seem to be good. The balance is much better. The way the progression works is much better. The free-to-play stuff is way better. You can buy yourself out of it for $3.99, which is what I did immediately, because I'm happy to give the developer money. I just don't like to be nickeled and dimed and have timers and all that crap. So they made a way for me just to buy straight out of that, which I did. So no longer is it got a ticking timer saying you can only play some more games and then you got to come back later or buy more, So I'm not doing any of that. You can buy gold and stuff if you want to boost yourself, but I there's no need. That's, just play the game.
Booster gold.
All games kind of have something like that, even if they're paid for games. But it's free to play, and even the timer thing isn't all that bad for most people. I think a lot of people will be able to just live with that, but I'm obsessed with this game, so $4 is a small price for me to pay to just unlock that and not worry about it. Right. So that's all cleaned up. It seems a lot better. There are a couple of problems, and they're small. But the old game let you carry kind of a bunch of inventory as you would find things, and you would still have to destroy some, sell some along the way to make room for others, make strategic choices what you wanted to carry from dungeon to dungeon. That's kind of gone now. You get 2 inventory slots, and you just kind of have to rotate through them. So if you find new stuff, you got to go, well, do I want that? Maybe not, and leave one, take 2 and leave 1 is kind of how it works. And that's fine. It's just more limited. And I'm used to it, and it's okay. That isn't a killer to me. But one of the weirdest oversights in this game is it doesn't tell me what my attack power is. So in the old game, it would say, oh, you've got 2 points of attack. Like, think of a Hearthstone card, right, with a little sword. Right. And it would say 2. And then you knew if you hit an enemy, you'd hit him for up to 2. You might miss once or have to be dodged or whatever, but you would typically hit the guy for 2 points. 2 hit points. He may have 3, so it takes 2 strikes, and he's dead. You don't have that anymore. You have your defense points. You know how much your defense and your health is, but there's nothing that indicates how much you're hitting with. So as the dungeons progress, the guys start going from 4 to 9 to 8 to 12 hit points to 20 hit points. Like, they get stronger and stronger. It appears I'm also stronger too, but I don't know how much. It never says.
Sure it's not? Are you sure it's not right directly underneath your character?
I looked. It's not
because
there.
Mine has a number 2 underneath my character.
Is it a little heart?
No, it's underneath the actual character itself, not next to the heart.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to open it.
I'm playing it right now.
Okay, that's good. So hold on. I'm gonna bring this up and I'm gonna see what the hell you're talking about. So where are you looking at? Where are you looking at your character? That's probably a level. By the way, are you in a game like fighting?
Yes.
Okay, let me get into a game.
Bottom left, right underneath the character.
Can I just say you both should be playing a different game right now?
Hold on to your butts.
We can't right now. We're doing podcast and playing video games at the same time.
Okay.
We can't be doing.
So Brian,
There's a much better game out.
I have. Hang on now. So here's my character. He's a big burly fighter with his mustache and his beard, right?
Mine's a little wussy looking dude.
Oh, wait, which one are you playing? You're playing Dungelot 1.
No, I'm playing Dungelot 2 according to this.
You sure it's 2?
Oh, wait, you're right. It says coming soon underneath that.
Because right here is what I'm looking at, and if you look there, chat room, you can see it. There's 10 for my mana, 26 for my shield, 80 for my life points, and no other numbers. So I don't know what they were thinking. My guess is that gets added because what the hell? That's just weird. I don't know what I'm hitting for, and so I don't know what to plan for. I don't know what to tweak it with when I use scrolls in a dungeon. Like, oh great, this sword thing scroll gives me +2 to my attack. +2 to what?
It's 1, right? Because that's what I was assuming. That's how it is Dungelot.
No, it's never just 1. It's always modified up, and at least Dungelot says 1 or 2 or whatever. This just doesn't say.
But
maybe
when you're
maybe
the
there's
enemies
a roll behind you that you don't know about.
The enemies that you're fighting, you know how many points you have to hit them for, right?
Yeah, I do. They have a little thing up in their corner that says they have, and it says how much they hit for. So I know they've got, I don't know, 2-3 points of life, and they have 2 or 3 points of attack.
See, I'm playing a game where I know what my attacks are, but I don't know what I'm hitting. Like, I don't know how many times I have to hit.
Oh, because you don't know what their health is.
Right.
Oh, weird. What's that game?
Yeah. Child of Light.
Oh, Child of Light, yeah.
Is that good? Because I've been wanting to play that.
It's amazing.
It's supposed to be good. You talked about it last week a little bit, or someone did. You weren't here.
I'm still playing. Well, I wasn't. Yeah.
I
was going to install it, and I'm still playing it.
Maybe I just read your tweets or something. You were talking about it.
It's a really great game, but that's my only complaint about it. Is that when I go into that battle mode, I'm like, okay, I got a walking stick guy, I got a ghosty girl. I don't really know what I need to hit for, but let's just keep doing it.
That is very, I would call that kind of typical for JRPGs, but you would think.
I'm okay with it though. It's still a great game.
That thing's made by French people. You'd think they would have pulled away a little bit and said, you know what, we ought to have hit points on this business. Yeah, I don't understand when games do things like that. Like, I understand if there's an intrinsic reason to have the mystery there. Like, I've played some games, JRPGs, where you don't know until you do something to reveal it. Or in World of Warcraft, even, you got to select a thing and see what color he is, damn it, or to see what level he is by selecting him. So if you're level 20 and he's level 22, yeah, you might be able to take him. If he's 30 and you're 20, you're screwed. Like, I like to know. I like to be able to tell, even if that knowing and telling is a mechanic of the game to like reveal it somehow, fine. But games that just don't do it and it's all guesswork, F that.
But it doesn't hurt the gameplay, which is surprising to me.
That's good.
I'm okay. The way that the action of battle works.
Yeah.
You have the ability to delay their actions, which allow you to go multiple times over and over and over again.
So it's stack your attacks or whatever.
Yeah. So it's okay. I as soon as I figured that mode out, I was okay with not really knowing how many times I needed to hit them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
so it's a fun game.
Yeah, it's. I want to talk more about that when we get to you though, because I got some questions about that engine and stuff. Well, anyway, you can still play Dungelot.
Dungelot 2.
Yeah, play Dungelot 2. It's good. It's definitely an improvement over the release, and I think they'll keep tweaking it to get it at least on par with how the old game treated people. But I'm hooked in. I like it a lot. Flockers for the PC. So we got some codes from our friends at Team 17, Nick over there. The rest of their PR team. I sent you one, you dingus.
When did you send me one? Are you sure you sent me one?
Days ago. I got that same email. Same email I sent to Nicole. Yeah, and I didn't do it to that weird address.
Nicole's like, yeah, I got it. Well, I didn't. So screw both you
Hippies.
That's
not right because I'm looking at your name. Oh,
Scott is
you're
notorious.
Right. It's only to me.
What? Are you kidding me? Did I really?
About sending me.
Dang
you
it.
address Brian, but it's only.
All right, well, will you forward that to him, because that same code will work.
Oh, poor Brian.
So we got codes. Brian will now find out what it's like. Got codes from the guys at Team 17. They are, if the name sounds familiar, they're the guys behind all the Worms games, of which I've owned every damn version ever made, because I'm a freak about Worms. And even during the downtimes when I didn't like some of their versions of Worms, I still ended up buying them. They're cool guys, and they are also the company, a lot of people didn't know this, but they did the ports of the original PlayStation 1 version of Lemmings, which I loved at the time. I was a big Lemmings nut. And they made that kind of 3D version of Lemmings for the PlayStation. And this game is definitely a throwback to the Lemmings days, man. Like, this is straight up, it's Lemmings with sheep, really.
Right,
bloody sheep.
Bloody, yeah. At throw in, say Lemmings was always like, oh, they fell off the edge and died. Oh, but this game is like, they got ground up in like a giant saw. Like, it's so much more kind of over the top. But that's good in my opinion. I totally dig the vibe. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's great. I mean, we now live in an era where there are a million tablet and phone games that are kind of like Lemmings. You know, physics puzzles, or hurry up and do these things before the stuff stuff rolls down the hill, or make a way for it to survive, or make sure 10 of these survive, or whatever. What was the game where you put the little blobs together and it made like a lattice work of goo? World of Goo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said goo and went, oh yeah, goo.
All right. What is it again?
I mean, those games all kind of owe their legacy to Lemmings and that kind of game. And this game is totally a love letter to that. So it's out now on Steam, available as a download as well as a demo. So there's a demo for people like Brian, although he's getting a full copy, so don't worry about it. We're going to give a couple of codes away later.
There is a demo though on Steam.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I started downloading it.
Yeah, don't get that. You can just use the code, dude.
Thanks. I would love had to.
I know. I don't know what I was doing there.
You know, this reminded me. Hothead Games did a similar kind of where you take the little guys. They did a game called Swarm.
Oh, and, yeah, I remember that.
And then they did like a little iPod, or iPhone version of it where you're like feeding the mom or something like this. These little guys. It was weird, but it was like the whole idea was to get the little swarmy guys over to the other side or something. To the
big mouth creature.
To feed the mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was weird.
No, but it's a similar thing, right? Like totally in that vein. You unlock new levels and new abilities and new stuff, and the puzzles get more tricky.
I love my super sheep.
Yeah, super sheep are great. It looks really pretty. If you're worried that it's full of worms, it's not. I mean, there's some cameo stuff, but it's not too crazy that way. I'm really impressed with it. I think it's good, and we'll give away a couple of codes later in the show. So a chat room, hang in there. Yeah, you might get yourself a free copy of Flockers on Steam.
Not to be confused with Meet the Flockers.
No, don't meet that. All those movies suck. Don't watch any of them.
What?
Even the first one.
Right.
Even the first one.
Oh, shut up.
It's all bad.
Get him, Brian. Get him.
Brian, it's all bad, man. Down boy. It's all bad.
You don't know.
1849. I talked about the Steam version a couple of weeks ago and had gotten kind of an early access code to that, and that went through an official release. This is the game I told you guys about, which is basically Caesar 3, Pharaoh, like those old city builders that were based on civilization stuff. I used to love those.
There's another one of those out recently, too, I saw. I didn't grab it.
What was it?
Hold on a second.
Because I'm into it, whatever it was. You're not talking about... What's the one where you're lost out in the forest and you got to save your village? What's that called?
Starved?
Starved. That's a lot. There's some similarities too, but these are definitely kind of pulled from that old Impressions Games era stuff that I loved. Man, I ate that stuff up. Right. Caesar 3, Pharaoh, Caesar 3, Zeus, and that the other one, the Rise of the Middle Kingdom, the Asian one. I played those games to death and back.
Yeah, I
loved them. 1849 is basically that kind of game. It's on the iPad now. It's the version I've been playing. It is a straight up buy the game. There ain't no weird free to play garbage in there. No city builder stuff like you're used to. It is just normal good.
Give me the money.
It's set in 1849 during the gold rush, and you got to establish these like old western towns and have them thrive and survive, and build wineries and orchards and That way the saloon stays stocked with beer, which keeps the people happy, which keeps the housing market going, which keeps the men out working and looking for gold. It's all very set in that era, and it's great. I'm digging it. I like it a lot. And I really like the iPad version. I actually think it's, of the two, I played both versions. I think that one's my preferred version. In fact, I feel like it was more developed for the tablet anyway, and it just feels good. It runs really fast, looks really nice. Really good. 1849, that's called.
1849.
And I
which
think
is
it's
in relation to
$3.99. Yeah.
right.
Make a rhyme. 1849.
1849 is when
You showed me your behind.
Oh man.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
1869.
I
That's when you.
don't
What?
think
Oh,
so.
never mind. Let me back that truck up. And then I played a little more Ghost Recon Phantoms, and I've been playing that with my son Nick, and that's really fun to play with friends. So
I almost loaded that up today. Are you just having fun with that?
yeah, I mean, I am. I totally am. I think that game is good. Right now, my kind of obsessions are these. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls is my kind of key thing right now.
Right.
Still digging the hell out of Mario Golf, which I talked about last week on my 3DS, and I'm still playing that. I love the tournaments in there, so I'm still all into that. And Phantoms is like my third tier. So like those are my three kind of go-tos right now.
Right.
Got other stuff slipping in left and right, but those are my games. Those are my jams. And this Ghost Recon game is such a fresh breath of fresh air. What am I trying to say? Breath of fresh air.
Like Febreze, yeah.
Febreze. It's such a fresh Febreze because it's not Call of Duty. I'm doing Modern Warfare-y kind of stuff, but I'm having to play smart and take cover and work together, and one shot to the head and that guy's dead, and you can't just run and gun in this game. In fact, if you sprint, there's a cooldown for how long until you can get your scope up again to even take a shot. So you running into a fight is just suicide. I mean, it's really, really good.
Horrible at this game.
No, I think you'd like it.
Like 15 minutes to get back up.
Horrible.
I think you'd actually like it. It is such a nice change of pace because it's just more methodic now. It's less twitchy. People aren't just pop and you're dead. What a waste of time those games are. This thing is just take it slow. Okay, where are you guys at? Okay, great. I'm gonna flank this other guy. I got this ability that'll show through walls. All right, that guy's over to the left. There's some like futuristic stuff you can unlock and use with your character. It's just great. I totally dig it. Third person, totally fun, easy to learn. People are nice on there. That's the other thing. There's no giant dicks yet. Yeah, I'm not running into. You know how it is in these games. Usually,
no giant dicks like at a Beastie Boys concert or nothing like that.
No, man. I mean, like a Call of Duty match. Like you go in there and go, noob, and like every racist, sexist thing you can think of is coming out of everybody's mouth. But in this, I'm not having that. People are like, "Hey, flank left, you guys. I think he's coming around the side." Oh shoot, there's like more fun being had. I can't really explain it, but I feel like they really nailed it, and I feel like not enough people know about it, although there's tons of people playing, so maybe they do, but I got to do my part to let people know. So anyway, those are the games
Good job.
that I've been playing. Brian, I want to know more about Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood.
The Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood. Did you ever play Max and the Magic Marker?
Nope.
Do you remember a little company called Press Play?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So anyway.
I don't know who any of that is. None of that's even ringing a bell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Microsoft bought these guys a couple years ago, and they may have released this game on the Xbox One when it originally came out, which is not that long ago. But Max the Curse of the Brotherhood is the game I played. It's a platform kind of one of those 2.5 kind of platformer games where it kind of looks side-scrolly, but it's not, because every once in a while you got like this cinematic camera that kind of pans back, and you're still running across, but you're like way, way away. You're like, hey, what are you doing back there, Max? I don't know.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
Right. But the great part about this game, and the thing that I think that Nicole would like about this is it's very animated. You step into almost looks like a Disney Pixar kind of. You remember the kid from Meet the Robinsons?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that one?
Yeah, the one with wait, was that a cartoon animated deal?
That was the movie. Yeah, that was the movie. That was like one of the first 3D Disney things when they were still fighting. When they were still fighting with Pixar, and it was like, no, we're making our own. Screw you, Pixar. Pixar's like, no, you're not. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna be together forever. You're like, get off us, Pixar. But yeah, so it's kind of it starts out this kind of intro, and you're Max, and it's a play on words because it's called The Curse of the Brotherhood. And what basically happens is you come home, you're a kid, maybe like, I don't know, 8, 10, and you got a little brother and he's in your room, he's messing with your junk. So he jumps online and he Googles or jiggles or whatever it is that he looks it up. And he looks up a spell to banish his brother. So that's what he does. He reads this little banishment spell off his laptop, and all of a sudden a portal opens up, and this monster reaches in and grabs his little brother and jerks him into this world. And so that's what you got to do. You got to jump in, and you got to rescue your little brother because you've sent him off to Monster World. But it's a platformer, and
Makes me think of Labyrinth.
Yeah, it's the characters are hard. It's like it in some ways it feels so familiar. It feels like, oh wow, I've seen this a million times because they've got a lot of elements from a lot of different things. The fact that the character's name is Max makes you kind of think he's where the monsters are. Where the monsters are?
Where the
wild things are.
Oh, where the wild things are. Got it. Yeah, where are they monsters at?
Right.
I like the artwork of this.
The artwork, exactly. The artwork is beautiful and it's fun and it's light and it kind of reminds me of that Zack Zero game. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the gameplay is kind of similar to that, but it goes a lot further in because you've got this magic element. And I even got to the most fun part, which is you have a magic marker. And it's filled with the essence of this good witch, I suppose she is, who fills her essence into this marker. So it allows you to do all these kind of magic things where you kind of pull platforms up from the ground so that you can jump over certain areas.
Didn't they do like a Disney Mickey Mouse, something like that?
Right. I can't
what
remember.
Was it Mickey Mouse and
I know what you're talking about.
The paintbrush one.
That was Epic Mickey, yeah.
Epic Mickey.
It wasn't quite like it's not quite like that, but it's it's got kind of that fantasy kind of thing. It's very cutesy. Like I said, it feels like it's got a whole bunch of stuff that you like kind of put into it, and you almost want to go, oh, I've seen it before, but then they kind of take a little unique twist, and you find yourself playing and having fun.
So was this on sale?
It's always it just released on PC today, and I believe for the Xbox 360, and it's only $14.99.
So you played the demo.
I played the demo, but I'm purchasing the game. This is actually a game that is worth purchasing.
Okay. All right.
Believe it or not,
you know what I'm getting at.
Right.
I want to ask next week, did you buy that game or not?
I'm buying it right now. I'll buy it right this second.
Yeah,
but anyway, you've got in addition to using your magic marker.
Check it out. It looks really cool.
You can vines and stuff kind of when you're going to certain areas, you won't see where you're going. And all of a sudden, the little vine will kind of come out and it'll stretch and grow. And the next thing you know, you're jumping on that. And then there's water tubes. The water tubes are my favorite because you go in the water tubes and they just go slinging you around places.
Sounds like a thing you'd like.
Right. It reminds me of do you guys remember Donnie Darko?
Yeah. I hated that movie, though.
I loved that movie.
Remember the essence that come from the center of Mr. Darko? It came out through the middle of him. That's kind of the water tubes kind of remind me. It looks like I'm jumping into like a Donnie Darko water tube kind of thing.
Finally. Good deal. Jeez,
right?
Donnie Darko.
But please, this game is a lot of fun. And I played for several hours just in the demo. And I got through, I think you get chapters 1 through 3 on the demo. But I'm definitely going to play more. Well, so it's not even a question. Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful, fun. Also played a game called Project Root.
Project Root.
It had nothing to do with Reading Rainbow or Linux.
I was gonna say, got some Unix coding you got to do.
Coding in there. That's right. It's a lot of fun. But no, it's kind of a
the sequel to grep. Anyway, keep going.
Right to grep. Yeah. Awk.
Get it.
No, I got it. I got it.
Yep.
I'm with you. So do this. And so I had a lot of fun playing our old school game, so I was kind of looking for a shoot 'em up kind of game. Yeah. Our old school game this week is what did I pick?
I don't even
Dragon
remember.
Spirit.
Dragon Spirit, which is kind of those there's just constant fire.
Yeah, like the shmups they call them. It's a shmup.
Mm-hmm. It's a shmup, exactly, and that's what this kind of is too. It's kind of flat, but it's okay. I didn't play it for that long. I doubt I'll play it.
Sound depressed. That's
And
not
it
good.
kind of made me depressed because usually shooting a whole bunch of stuff usually gets me pretty excited. But this was kind of, I just, the sound effects were neat. Instead of, the usual large, big explosions you usually get, their explosions are more like an implosion, kind of go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like underwater?
So I don't know
like
what that's
that.
all about, but that was kind of cool. So
I
I
like
did that,
stuff like that, yeah.
but I kind of backed off. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Not really your
Ask
thing.
me about my Amazon coins.
Okay. Hey, Brian, I was just wondering, how about those Amazon coins?
All right. So this thing about the Amazon coins, I knew nothing about them last week. I had never heard of an Amazon coin, nor do I even care about an Amazon.
Is that like
coin.
a Microsoft space buck?
Yeah, it's like a space dollar.
It's exactly like a space dollar. They have their Android marketplace. Amazon does their app store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they recently
games for their Fire tablets and whatnot.
Exactly. So it's their little point system thing. It's a 1-to-1. One point is worth 1 cent. So whatever. So that's not really the exciting thing. The exciting thing was that if you this past week they had I think 8 or 9 free apps that you could get as like photo apps you could get for your Android, and every time you got one you got 100 Amazon coin things. And I'm like, all right, I'll do free. Give me some free coins. So I accumulated like 800 of those things. And then I found out I could purchase one of the San Andreas games, and it didn't even work on my actual phone. It wouldn't even actually even compatible with mine.
San Andreas.
Free coins for.
Hold on. You mean like GTA?
Right.
Oh,
yes.
GTA San Andreas. Okay.
Right. And so you could purchase that for 699 coins, which I had.
Yeah, of course you did.
And they would give you 2,000 coins back. And I was like,
good
what?
Lord, man. Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So I did that. So next thing I know, I've got, I don't know, 2,500 coins. So then I started buying stuff I actually wanted. Like I got Pocket Minecraft.
Yeah.
I played that for about 5 minutes before I realized I hate Pocket Minecraft. My God, this is hard to play. I can't click on anything and I can't see anything.
Is this like the red paper clip?
Yeah, it's like red paper clip.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what the red paper clip is.
There was a guy.
Oh yeah, like the trading up.
He traded a red paper clip for a house.
Exactly.
Not
that guy. I know who you're talking about.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then I and you got like 300 coins back on the Minecraft thing. So yeah, I did. Every time I would try to spend all my coins, they kept giving me more coins, and I'm like, fine. What else can I get? So I picked up Terraria. I haven't played it, and I have a whole bunch of Android games now that I will probably never even look at. And I still got like, I don't know, 1,500 Amazon coins left.
Terraria is a good game. I like that game.
Oh, Terraria is a great game. So if you got an Android device or you just want to use the App Store, the Amazon App Store, right now is a great time. Kind of poke around a little bit, and you'll find a whole bunch of crap they'll give you coins back for. Or eventually, they'll start using it for reals. But I think this is kind of like a promotional period where they're just saying, "Here, take them, get hooked."
Yeah. No, that's cool, dude. Look at you with your Amazon coins.
Amazon coins.
Ask Brian about his Amazon coins.
I can also send Scott some Amazon coins.
Do it.
Is that like another word for balls?
Yes, send me your balls.
That's exactly what that is, Nicole. Balls.
Microsoft Space Points, Amazon balls. Got it.
That's what I've been playing this week. Not Flockers.
No.
No.
You should have been playing Flockers.
I sent you the code, so go ahead. Download it.
Brian, you have the code now. Nicole, tell me about what do you want to talk about? Tell us about Transistor. Screw all this other stuff. I'm dying to know.
Well, before I tell you about Transistor, I want to ask if either of you have played Thomas Was Alone. I think we talked about.
And I love that game. Yeah, I had it on the PC forever ago. Yeah.
Did you play it all the way through?
All the way through. Beat it. And so did my daughter. She loved it. Yeah.
It is amazing on the iPad.
It's one of the best indie games of the last few years, as far as I'm concerned. One of my favorites by far.
Because I never got a chance. I think I bought it on the PC, but I don't know. I didn't play it on the PC. So I was traveling and I'm like, I need a new game. I was like, $8. Well, I've heard just great things about it. I'm going to go ahead.
It's expensive for an iPad game, for sure.
For an iPad game, right?
Yeah.
So I had a 3-hour flight to and back, and I'm still not done with it. But seriously, if you have not played this game, the iPad implementation of this game is wonderful.
Thomas was a vibber. You know what? He's that, and also just for as a side note, I don't know if you can still get this or not, but at the time I liked it so much I bought the soundtrack. One of the best video game soundtracks of all time. It's really well. Maybe it's not of all time, but it's really, really good.
It's so great. Did you run into a character named Cody?
Here's a taste. Hold on. Oh, Thomas and his buddies. Anyway, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
So,
yes.
Because there's
it's been
Cody
a while, but
and
yes.
I can't remember the other one. But Kim, our friend Kim Price, backed this game, and she was able to name 2 of the characters, and one of them's Cody, and it's her 2 sons.
No way.
Yes, her 2 sons are in this game.
Oh, that's totally cool.
Yeah.
Well, so you never know when you're going to
back
be
a
famous.
amazing game.
Yeah,
right?
when you're going to put your money where your mouth is. That's fantastic.
So yeah, I wanted to just praise how well this translated to the iPad, and I'm just in love with it.
I'm definitely a fan. I really enjoyed it back when I played it on the PC. I mean, it's a couple years old now on other platforms, but left a major impression. And the thing that it left with me the most was, here is a game about very small, seemingly innocuous geometric shapes that somehow managed to tell me a better story than I hear from big 3D rendered EA releases.
Right.
Like, they had a better grasp of story and getting to the heart of character than most games I play. And that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about little shapes.
Yeah, little shapes.
Yeah. Amazing.
My favorite is Claire. She's a superhero, and she floats in water.
That's right.
I loved her.
Yeah, she was great.
It's a blue square.
It's a damn square. That's the thing. It's a stupid square. I shouldn't even say stupid. It's an amazing little square.
It's amazing. It can do anything.
It can do anything it wants to do with class and style.
And it speaks to the voiceover, the guy that narrated the entire thing.
Oh, yeah, that guy's amazing. Thomas thought he was alone, but he wasn't. He was something.
With
it's
James
so good.
And James and Claire. And
yep. And the one guy, the little fat one, was kind of a jerk sometimes, and it was just great. I loved it.
I can't remember what his name is. But
so
anyway,
tell me about Transistor, damn it.
Transistor. So this is a game that we've been waiting for a while, because this is the follow-up to Bastion.
Yeah.
And if
Super Giant Games, that's who made it.
Yep. So it feels like the same world as Bastion.
Oh, really? You'd say it's like the same universe kind of thing?
No, just the art style, the narration, but it is a totally different game. So that's why if you enjoyed Bastion, I think you're going to enjoy Transistor. In fact, I'm finding I'm enjoying Transistor more than Bastion.
Interesting.
Well, yeah.
You don't have a lot of the story, so you're uncovering the story as you're working through. So the storytelling is kind of fragmented at first. You are playing a character named Red. She kind of wakes up pulling a sword, which is the transistor, out of this guy. And you've come to find later that that guy's essence is now in the sword. And you're going to slowly pick up other people, more or less,
all right.
into that sword.
People, if you want to call them that.
And you live in this like very steampunky world called Cloud Bank.
Okay.
And you're fighting these robots, and you get different actions, and the gameplay is super flexible. So you go into this mode. I'm using a controller on my PC. You can play this on the PC or PS4. And you just right-click it, and then you can go and move around and do different combos and try different things out. So it's really a flexible gameplay, and you can get really creative with it. And I'm really enjoying exploring and understanding the world that I'm in, the story that they're telling. I'm loving. Some people saying, the narration is annoying. I don't find it annoying at all.
It's the sword talking to you, right? Isn't that the deal? The sword's talking?
Yeah. That's what I said. You pick up the guy in the sword.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was the same character. I thought the sword was just its own jive talking.
Do I have uncertain descriptions? Darkstein I love Nicole's uncertain descriptions.
Maybe that's it. But no, it's
maybe.
To me, but I'd also heard this. I heard the sword talked, but I assumed the sword was just like a little buddy, like your little pal.
Well, you're not. So you can
like
go.
Gilligan?
You go into this mode where the people that you pick up, you learn more about them. So for whatever reason, these people are being killed, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And the main guy, you don't know anything about him. So when I go in to look at his profile, there's nothing about him, but I can see the other people that I've picked up. So one guy's a race car driver, and I can do
Name Jerry. I knew Brian was going to say name Jerry. Such a punk. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard for me to describe this because it's such a different concept, I guess. And I also don't want to give a lot away because it's just play it. It's a beautiful game. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. I mean, the narrator's not as good as the Bastion narrator, though, right? Because that guy was just insane. He was so good.
He was pretty awesome. Yeah. But he's up there.
Really? Wow.
I love it. You will love this game.
I'm stoked. I keep hearing the fighting mechanic stuff, while not super obvious at first as to how it's going to work, is real cool later.
Yeah.
And how you can kind of modify everything by just swapping things around and creating
you can
combinations of, attacks and stuff. That's very intriguing to me.
Yeah, the whole transistor, you have these ports where they're spread out. So when you get to the different ports, you can move your actions around. So like, for instance, there's one that you unlock. Depending on the position you put them in, it will spawn a dog to fight next to you. Or if you put it as a kind of a main, and that's a side one, but if you put it in the main, it will subdue robots for you.
Oh.
And make them work with you. So you can unlock different transistors, and depending on how you swap them in, them out, and upgrade. And it's almost a little overwhelming because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing because there's really not a lot of instruction. Like I said, you're just kind of following the path. There's like arrows, and you just kind of follow the path and let the story unfold and be told to you. So I'm not stressing out about it too much. I will say, when you're in some of those boss battle type scenarios, if you die, if your health gets all the way down, one of your transistors will be destroyed.
Okay.
No.
So in the beginning, you only have 4 transistors. So you can basically die 3 times. And then if, of course, you die the final one, you'll get put back to your last save point. The nice thing is, because you lose those transistors, you have to wait a couple of turns before you can get them back. But you can get them back, which I was really happy for.
You want that, yeah.
Yeah. So I highly recommend it. It's a great game. It's beautiful. I love the strong female lead to it. It's funny, you're playing a female, but all you hear is a dude in your ear.
Oh, I didn't realize the main character was a lady. Or I thought you could choose or something.
No, she's a singer in this cloud bank world, and something bad's happening, and you're trying to figure out what's going on.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
I'm going to have to play that game. It's only, what, 15 or 19, is it, on Steam?
I think it's $19.
Worth it, though, you say?
I totally think it's worth it. It's on I'm playing it on the PC, so I'm on Steam. Get it. You'll love it.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Maybe I'll grab it. I almost pulled the trigger on a Wii U before the show tonight, and now I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll just pick that up instead.
You'll love it. I'm surprised you're not.
I know. You'd think it'd be right on it. I don't know what my deal was. I loved the other one. Maybe it's because I just played the hell out of it and played it twice, PC and then iPad, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this again.
It is totally different, I think, from Bastion, but still in the same family. It's like a cousin to Bastion, not a brother or sister.
Your dirty cousin from Bastion. All right, tell us about I want to ask. So, Child of Light we talked about, but I want to know. It is the Rayman engine, the new one, right? The Rayman Legends engine.
Yep, the Rayman. Yep.
Is that? I mean,
Origins. No, it was used for Origins.
Well, yeah, I think they're both based on the same thing. But my point is it? I mean, what draws me to that game is less because I'm not a big JRPG guy. I'm more of like a Western RPG dude. So that kind of gameplay isn't always my thing, but I like how that thing looks. Is the game worth playing on looks alone? Okay.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Right.
And the fact that it changes it up by going into that battle mode, for me, I love that about it. and the different collections, and you have little quests, and you can do side quests, and the story is great. It's really great.
All right. Maybe I'll
It
pick
has a
that one up.
Metacritic score of 80.
Well,
So
that's
there- and
hard to
90
beat.
for the PS3 version.
That's hard to beat. Oh, I didn't know it was on the PS3. PS4 though, no, right? No,
It's
PS4.
on PS4. It's on the PS4,
Oh.
PS3, PC, the Vita, the Wii U, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. It's everywhere.
I've been looking for excuses to, or some excuses to buy another PS4 game like on the drive or whatever, and I've been holding off just because, what do we got around the corner? Freaking. The game is Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs. That's out. That comes out on like the 27th or something. And I think Eric's got me convinced to get PS4 because that way we can all do the weird multiplayer crossover stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm part of me is like, no, I should go PC because that thing will be all like teched out on there and it'll look amazing. And I'm sure it'll look great on the PS4, but I bet I could run it at a higher resolution on my PC. And, like I'm torn. But Eric's like, come on, you guys.
Hey, guys.
That's how Eric's. Come on, you guys, are Mickey Mouse.
Come on. All I got is an iPad 1 and this old Mac. I can't play on Steam. He'll love that when he texts me next. Also, Eric gave me this horror game to play with to record and put online, and I did like an hour of it with my son Nick.
Which one was that?
It's Outlast.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to go convert the video, and it's like gigabytes and gigabytes of blank black screen and nothing but audio. I was Fraps farted out on me. I don't know what happened there.
I hate that.
So I was so pissed. I mean, I had no other way to know. I mean, since that thing doesn't do any monitoring, you have no idea. It says it was recording. I don't know.
Are either of you going to pick up Wolfenstein?
Did you say Wolfenstein or Wolfenstein? Wolfenstein. I've thought about it. I don't know. I played every Wolfenstein up to today, including the original and Spear of Destiny. So maybe I should, but
I have a feeling that's going to be on sale before you know it.
Really?
Yeah. It's on my list. It's.
I don't feel like I'm looking at anything too innovative there. I feel like I look at it and go, oh, it's a run around and shoot dudes.
Well, that was kind of how Wolfenstein 3D was when it first came out. Just kind of like just another one, but they always seem to bring the fun.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like the last one was all that fun. It was all right.
I did. I thought it was.
What's the Metacritic score on it so far?
It's
probably 70 something. Probably. Let's see.
Let's take a look here. PC.
Something.
It's first person.
Wolfenstein. 3 critics is all so far on the PC version. All 78, 80, 86. That's not bad.
That's not
Right.
IGN says with an essential early game choice that makes it worth playing through twice, the story at the center of the Wolfenstein New Order props up as competent, but mostly unremarkable shooting. I don't know.
About what you expected.
Maybe. I don't know. Do I want another? I don't know if I'm in the mood for a shooter right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I'm gonna hold off on it.
It's Wolfenstein, Scott.
Wolfenstein? Sorry. Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Stein.
I think we covered most of it.
Yes, we did.
Did we cover all yours? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to add, before we do news, I think I saw Dan call. We're going to add him to this call. Add to the call. Oh, geez. Hold on. Sorry. I have stepped away from the mic to breathe.
What do you like? Chocolate Rain?
Here we go. Yeah, what's his name?
Chocolate Rain.
Flim Flam Jimmy Jam. What's his name? I don't know his name. Can't think of his name.
Flim Flam Jimmy Jam.
That was it. Flim Flam Jimmy Jam. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to talk to our good buddy Dan Patrice. He is here to talk about board games and what is happening on your tabletop, or at least what should be. Dan, are you there?
Ave Johnson.
Ah, sweet. Look at you. So Dan, what's going on, man?
Not much, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. You're always so excited and up. I just think that's great. I wish I had more energy this afternoon, like Dan does.
It's my favorite time of the week.
It really is.
Talk some board games,
and it should be. Dan's if you're coming to Nerdtacular 2014, you'll get a chance to shake Dan's hand vigorously.
Not his gaming hand.
No. He'll need that. He'll need that for other stuff. But we're always happy.
From rolling dice, I got a nice strong grip.
Yeah, exactly. We're always excited, though, to have you on, talk about the things that are cool in the world of tabletop gaming. What's up this week?
Did you get the DC deck builder to the table this weekend?
We tried, and the kids had stuff, and things went bad. But I did get in there and like dig into the rules pretty hard, and I pulled out all of the hero cards from the 2 sets and combined them, like you said, because you said you
Awesome.
could. That's a great way to just sort of have more choice when it comes to the heroes. But we didn't get an actual game in, so we have second
you're talking
attempt
about
this
the
week.
oversized heroes.
Yeah, the big
Okay.
dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you don't want to mix the blue cards that are in the game. Those heroes you want to just kind of keep those separate. But the oversized heroes, mix those on up. That'll be quite a fun time.
Yeah, they remind me. If I had anything to compare them to, I'd say like in Hearthstone, they're like picking a class. Like
Exactly.
you're going to choose a mage, or you're picking Jane of Proudmoore. It's because you like whatever her strutting her stuff or whatever, and that's like this. You pick Batman or Superman or whatever.
And having individual player powers is always so much fun in games.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Although,
things I really
dude,
look forward to.
Red Tornado, what are they doing? Who out there? Let's just show of hands, everybody. Who remembers the Red Tornado? How about nobody?
Yeah. And he's just a robot, and his extra card is okay, but it's kind of one of those things where when I stopped reading some of that, he started to become real big. So when he started coming back, I'm like, who is this dude?
Yeah, Red Tornado is he's just kind of a joke. Anyway, but it's fun. And I mean, it's fun even just to get ready to play the damn thing. But we're gonna make haste and play it this weekend.
Now, like I said, worst case, if you haven't gotten to it, I'll sit down with you. We'll get Nerdtacular. I'm gonna definitely put that on the schedule for some demos for people, and we'll have it all.
I will. I am very excited about that. Just generally having multiple voices, you being one of them that knows this stuff and can quickly get people cranked up on games, and it's going to be a real highlight for me. I'm excited about that. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So since you mentioned Love Letter last week,
Yes.
I thought it would be a pretty cool thing to cover this week. Pretty much tell you about the game and give you a quick rundown. Since it is only 16 cards and there's only really 8 things you can do in a game, it would be a nice quick thing to go through.
Yeah, it's cheap too, man. Cheap.
Yep. It's less than $10.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only got 16 cards, and it comes in a nice little velvet bag we were talking about last week. Nice red velvet bag from AEG is who makes it, and it's by Seiji Kanai is the fellow's name that made it. Now in Love Letter, you're trying to woo the princess. You're trying to get Princess Annette. You're trying to get your love letter into her hands,
Right.
And you're trying to keep all the other people from getting their love letter in her hands.
And it sounds like such a girly premise, by the way. Like on the surface of this thing, you're like, who would want to be playing this game with your buddies? As it turns out, lots of people. So keep going.
Yeah. Well, what's pretty funny is, and not to take a side tour, one of the best games of this year is called Rococo, and it's about making dresses.
Rococo.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah, and it's really good.
Okay. All right.
So that'll be for another day.
Finally, my
That's
fantasy of being a dressmaker can be realized.
We had been waiting for it for so long, and now they finally brought it true.
That's great.
So now in the game, you're going to deal out 1 card to everybody, and then you'll put a couple of cards to the side so they're not in the game, so you can't card count. Then you're going to put the stack of cards in the middle, so everybody has 1 card at all times. On your turn, you will pull a card, and then you play a card from your hand. Now, what these cards do, so the 2 ways that you can win is either be the last person standing by eliminating everybody else. So basically telling them all to take a hike. So you're eliminating Dunaway and poor Spag gets eliminated, and then you're just left standing. So, or at the end of the game, if everybody's still in, everybody compares their cards, and whoever has the highest number card actually wins, which is kind of a rare thing. Sometimes in a 4-player game, it'll get down to just a 2-player. So there's numbers from 1 to 8 on all the cards.
Okay.
Now, the number 1 card is the guard. There's 6 of those in the game, and what you do in the guard when you play it, you pick somebody and you guess what card they have. If they're right, they're out of the game. Now, you can't pick guard because obviously that's why there's 6 of them, but you can pick anything but guard. The number 2 card is the priest. That lets you look at somebody else's hand. It gives you a little bit of that information. The number 3 is the baron.
All right.
So the baron, you pick a person. So me and Dunaway, I picked Dunaway with the baron, and my other card, we would look at each other's hands, and whoever has the lower card is out of the game. So you're taking a little bit of a risk. So you're taking a little bit of a risk, but if you know what they have or you figured it out, then you're okay. So now the number 4 is the handmaiden. Until your next turn, you are safe from everything. You're immune to any effects from other people. So it's kind of gives you
off the island. Yeah.
Exactly. The number 5 is the prince. You choose any other player and you make them discard their hand, their 1 card, and then they draw a new one. And that's very important, and I'll tell you why in just a second when we get to the princess. Now, the king is number 6. You get to trade your hand with somebody. So if you know they're towards the end of the game, they're holding on to that princess, you've had that feeling where you know what they have, you can make them trade. Now, the countess, she's a little evil little vixen. if you have the Countess, and if you pull the Countess and you get either the king or the princess in your hand, you must immediately discard the Countess. If
I get the princess in my hand, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I win.
And finally, the princess. If you are forced, or if you do discard the princess at any time, you are out of the game for the round.
Oh wow.
So
Because you're stupid.
Well, exactly, because who wants to get rid of the princess?
Nobody.
Right.
So, and the rounds go really quick. The first person who gets, you'll get a little cube. They have little wooden cubes in the game. So if you win a round, you get a cube, you shuffle them up, you deal again. Real quick, real easy. That's why I say if you go out to dinner at Chili's or something and you're waiting for your food, just slop this on a table and play a fun game. It's got a lot more deduction and reading people. And there's a lot of F-bombs that are dropped when you pick that Dunaway has the prince on the first round before he even gets to play a game.
Yeah.
He's not going to be happy.
Yeah, that'll get you kicked out of Chili's, Brian. Careful, man.
I know, right?
I like their chips. They got that chips and salsa stuff. Those chips are like air thin. Oh.
As long as they're not chits.
Yeah, they're not chits.
I hate the chits.
They might give you the chits, but that's later. Well, all right. Well, that's a great rundown. That's exactly kind of how I remember it from what little bit I've played. I'm bringing my little pouch. I know there'll be more there in July, but I'm going to bring mine.
Yeah, I'll definitely have it. And what's cool about what AEG did, this is kind of in part of their world, part of the Tempest series. They have about 3 or 4 other games that they based in this world.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's a little narrative that's kind of built into the whole thing, but that game is one of the best. It's they announced the Spiel des Jahres last week, the games that are nominated for the Spiel des Jahres and the Kenner Spiel des Jahres, which is big German board game awards. And this was on the recommended list, which I was a little annoyed about because it should have been on one of the top 3 games because this is one of the best games from last year.
Oh wow! All right, well there you have it. Yeah, people speak quite highly of it, and it'd be cool if somebody made like a less girly version for me. And I don't mean to say I don't want to think about love letters and things. That's all fine, but because a lot of these games, can't you take the core mechanics and go, we're going to make a game about spaceships and aliens, and it's kind of the same core mechanics, just in a different way?
Yep, and that's done quite a bit. Like, see, the thing about board gaming is mechanics. You can't really, you can't patent mechanics. But, people kind of borrow things from all over the place. So there's, you don't see any of that litigation in board games themselves. Yeah. That's why you have a billion opolies out there, because as long as you don't steal the art or things that are, copyrighted, like the word tap from Magic the Gathering, that's actually using that word in your game will get you sued. But rotating a card 90 degrees and call it in a Dunaway will not get you sued.
Exactly. I prefer that naming convention.
Win all the time.
That whole Hex Cryptozoics lawsuit is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why it's related more to the online world rather, because there's a lot of things you really can't sue about, and there's obviously people don't steal other people's IP and board games, things like that. So when you see all the opolies, they don't steal any art, they don't call things chance, they don't call things community chess. So that's why it's a different world. But what you were saying about reskinning Love Letter, you can find a lot of different things. They even took like Game of Thrones, and people put Game of Thrones pictures and reskinned those into Love Letter.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of cool.
And that's pretty rad. I might see if I can get a couple of these printed out and bring them to their tax.
That's pretty rad, actually. I really like that idea. That suddenly make it a lot more darker and cool than just some fancy pants letter exchange. But it's a cool game, you guys. It sounds like a thing you'd want to like almost avoid if you're some big tough dude, but it's not. It's great. It's really fun.
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised, how fast it plays and how much fun it is.
Well, it's great stuff as always. Dan Patrice always online. Go to, is it just Geek Blog or it's Geek Blog Jock Nog Blog?
Yeah,
what is it?
It's
Geek Jock Blog.
Exactly. Thank you, Nicole. Yep,
Damn
Geek
it.
Jock Blog.
I knew I was somewhere in the right neighborhood.
Or check us out on the Geek All Stars podcast.
Yes, indeed. Always good stuff. We'll have you back next week to talk about more board games, man. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure, guys. Stay happy.
Bye, Dan.
Bye. You know what I like about Dan is he is happy all the time, that guy.
Right.
Always so happy.
Valkyrie needs food badly.
I need food.
Some quick news this week. What's this YouTube with John Oliver, Brian? What's going on with this?
Oh, you didn't catch that YouTube. John Oliver responded to Nintendo's. Nintendo promised to be more socially sensitive next time and to offer same-sex marriages or something in their video games.
Oh, that's right. I remember hearing about this.
Right.
So this is his new HBO show, right? That he's doing?
Right.
Okay,
right.
I'm going to play a piece of this here.
Nintendo is the target of a social media campaign. In the company's upcoming video game called the Tomodachi Life, you can make your avatar do just about anything. But what your avatar cannot do is marry another avatar of the same sex.
I mean, sure, you can use a civil union cheat code, but it's just not the same. If you're interested, it's up, up, down, down, be gay, stars.
How is that new show? It reminds me of basically Jon Stewart's show a little bit.
But he does good. I like it.
I like John Oliver a lot, so
I do too.
think I'm in. But wow, the YouTube comments are super dumb. I don't
look at the comments.
Even look
What'd
at
you
those.
expect? What you think he's going to find some gold down there, Scott Johnson?
I know. I just always disappointed in our YouTube brethren. Let's see. PlayStation Now PS4 private beta starts tomorrow. That's yesterday, actually. So Tuesday.
Stephanie's in this.
Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah.
I think anybody can sign up for it now. Anybody can sign up for it now.
I think you can all sign up, but I don't think everyone gets in.
Not everybody gets in. Correct.
It's like a many will enter, few will get in.
Right.
I really want to. I want to play it. I want to do it. I want to see how that streaming works and how that Gaikai stuff kicked in, and if they got their money's worth, and whether it's worth something to pay for later or whatever. I really want to know. So I guess Ladies of Elite will have a nice report as we go on.
Yep, Stephanie will tell us all about it.
All right, very nice.
You should come on here and repeat everything she said.
Steam in-house or in-home streaming released to everybody. That happened today.
Yep.
So
I was trying to get on the
Steam
everybody's
box
trying
business.
to stream it now.
So I got to have either a box designed for the streaming, or I got to have a PC connected over there I can stream to, right?
You've got to have two, right? You've got to have two. You got to have at least one machine that's kind of beefy, and then another machine can play the games.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a home stream kind of thing.
So I am not prepared, is what you're saying.
Right. You basically have a server that handles all the load, then you have one that does not so much so.
Okay. Well, it's exciting nonetheless, and I kind of want one of those Steam boxes when they come out. Are they already out? Can I go get a Steam box now? I can just buy one, right?
You can. And actually, I probably should have bumped this news article up higher, but Dell Steam machines won't be very profitable, according to Dell. And Sony and Microsoft said, duh.
Welcome to the console business, dummy. No one makes money on the hardware on that side. Yeah. So, I mean, Microsoft and Sony, their real money comes from software licensing and first-party games. So if you want to do that, Dell, go ahead. Dell presents Skylanders 4. the stupinating or whatever. Let's see. We got Destiny beta, open beta soon, as well as pre-order. So watch for that. PS4 owners are going to get that first.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm excited about that game. Nicole should be, because she's basically getting Borderlands on steroids. That game, at least in theory. I mean, I haven't played it, so I don't know, but I've heard very Borderlandsy things about it.
I will be playing it. Yes.
Yeah, guaranteed. Xbox One getting external hard drive support. I assume that June update and that support is all about me being able to back up stuff, or what is it for? What media and things, or what?
More storage space for your drive. Yeah, I mean, well, it only makes sense because they sent out the Xbox One and said, "Here you go," and then it said, "You know what? Not big enough."
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't put the bigger news.
What's the bigger news?
The bigger news is they're dropping. You don't have to have gold membership.
Yeah, we talked about
did you already talk about it?
Yeah, we talked about it last week. That's the reason why we didn't. But yeah, you can talk about it again.
I was busy being sick.
She had strep, man. It was bad.
I got the email 5 days ago.
What email? The one about
email from Xbox talking about the changes.
Hey, we can't be waiting to get emails. We have to dig our news sources up from.
That was announced. That's been a good couple of weeks now since that happened. Yeah, we talked about Current
Xbox,
Geek.
That's a total lag on their part.
I know, slacker asses. So that's the thing. What else here? Blizzard. Blizzard did these video crash courses on how to use your level 90 that you just boosted, because you get that boost with the Warlords of Draenor pre-order. They're actually pretty good. Like, I went through them and I thought at first, I'm like, oh boy, this isn't going to be great. They're great. They totally put you on the right track and tell you what your rotation should be, at least initially, and what to expect and where your strengths and weaknesses are. It's actually really good. So I think they needed to do that. I think they needed to do more, because people who have already done it are still kind of lost, and now these will help. But it's a good thing to do, because it is confusing when you suddenly have a million abilities and you don't even know that character at all. It's like, what do you even do with that guy?
Right.
That's it. That's news. I'm going to give away 2 copies of Flockers, courtesy of Team 17, our friends at Team 17. Yeah. And I'm going to do it by giving them away in the chat room because you guys are here, you're hanging out with us, and why not? Why not? Give them some love. What is this playing? No, I don't want that music.
I thought it was a plane over Nicole's house.
Yeah, me too.
There we go, a little jazz version of the Mario theme. Okay, so I'm going to give it away to a couple of people in the chat who say that they want it. So if you want it, then you should say so. And looks like Eric Mahler is our first winner because I picked him out of the random there. So Eric, I'm putting it in your private message there, your little private message hole. And we're going to give one away to Jay Cargith, who is also random today. Putting that in there. You guys both win. We got more codes to give away between now and next week, so watch for that. And again, thanks to the guys at Team 17. And then you will like the game. It is good. You shall enjoy it.
How are they watching for that?
Watching for what? What do you mean? Oh, on Twitter.
On Twitter. Okay.
TFS Show on Twitter as well. We'll give those away.
Because I'm giving away games on our Facebook page.
No way.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Do tell. How do they get that? What do they do?
Well, you just have to like the Facebook page, and when I put up the post that says comment, you just comment, and I pick a random winner.
But what if they don't like it? Then what?
Well, if they're not liking our Facebook page, they'll never know.
That's true. You won't even see it, will they?
They won't even see it.
You've been Zuckerberg.
Doesn't apply.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, there you go. That's
that's awesome. That's over at what's our link? Is it just facebook.com/the final score? I think it is. Or final score show?
Yep, it's in the show notes right there. Facebook.com/the final score show.
Oh, you mean here in the notes where it is every week and I just now noticed that it was there? Got it.
It's all right.
All right, good deal. Well, congratulations, everybody. Yeah.
And if you're listening next week, you want to be part of the chat room because we give out stuff every week on the chat room. We're recording this live now on Wednesdays at 5. Is 5:30 Mountain time?
5:30 Mountain, 4:30 Pacific. Eastern would be 7:30 p.m. Yeah. And usually go an hour, and you're welcome to come be here live. There's about 100 people in the chat. That'll grow because now people are learning about the Wednesday thing, and you're all more than welcome to be here. So please come, one and all. We got an anonymous email I want to read. Nicole, you'll like this.
Anonymers.
Deals with, games and gender, stuff like that. We talked about it on the show a little bit.
Yep.
This person wanted to remain anonymous, but I said yes. I wasn't going to say, no, I'm saying your name. In response to your statement about you never play as a female character, I'd like to share a point of view. And he's talking about me because I never play girl characters. This came up last week. It depends for Brian. For me, I just always choose dude. And it's just, MMOs or whatever, where you can pick a dude, I pick a dude. Diablo, all dudes. All dudes, all day. Big sausage fest there in Diablo for me.
Right.
If it's a game about a girl or story-driven girl game, Tomb Raider, whatever, it's not like I have a problem with that. I don't
Transistor.
at all. Yeah, that's fine. All that stuff is fine. It's never a problem. It's not even a problem in MMOs. I just default dudes every time. Right. And I don't really have a reason. I don't know. I relate to him because I'm a dude, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think I'm a dude. I know I'm a dude. Anyway, whatever. This person says, I am a straight male and I prefer to play as female characters in games. Since I was a teenager, I have felt more of a connection to females in real life and in media than males. I kind of realized that so many guys, both in real life and media, repulse me with the way that they act. I'm not talking about the way they treat women or anything like that, specifically just in general. It's interesting. When I play as a female character, I feel like we are in it together, like a duo teaming up to take on whatever is coming ahead in the game, even when the females is just a skin and a new voice on the male character, like in an MMO, for example. I don't get that connection to most male characters. For instance, I felt far more connected to my femme shepherd in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 than I ever did the male shep in my first ever Mass Effect 1 run with him. It gets tricky when it comes to romances, though. In all three of the Mass Effect games, I have my femme shep romance Liara, as a single gender alien race that looks female. It's easier for me to see my in-game partner in crime romance with a male, which just makes me feel uncomfortable, and a lesbian relationship makes me feel like a pervert.
This week on Therapy Thursday.
This kind of is a Therapy Thursday question. There is an occasional male character I feel that same connection to, like Cole, as he was written in Infamous 2, but not the first Infamous. But I feel like most male characters are a tool for me to shoot up aliens or toss a ball into a hoop. I don't know if I'm crazy or if that's even healthy, but that's how I feel. I totally get it, dude.
Me too.
Totally get it. The way I deal with these things, though, I mean, if the game is built narratively around a character and the character is written bad, it doesn't matter if it's a lady or a dude. I just don't like it either way. Right. If it's like Cole in the Infamous games, the first two, he was, and I agree about Infamous 2, he's more interesting in that game. Lara Croft, however you say it, I liked her a lot in the new Tomb Raider. I like, some people said, oh, she's too much of a victim in the cutscenes and then too badass when she's not in the cutscene. I kind of understand that point of view, but I liked her. I like the idea that she was put in this horrible position, in a position of weakness with a lot of really terrible men around, and she still was able to freaking rise above that and kick all their A's. Like that's to me a good story. That's the kind of story, I think about when I think about my girls heading off into the world, Mm-hmm. So I don't think it says anything weird about you. I just think this is one way for you to sort of let that out. What do you say, Nicole?
Well, I would encourage him to also, there's a great gamer quiz. So there are a lot of different types of gamers out there. For me, this quiz is really insightful because I found that I like to project myself into the game more. Mm-hmm. So games like Borderlands, games like Fallout 3, I don't feel like I'm playing the character. I feel like it's me in the game. And that's why I connect with it so much. Right. With other games, it might kind of break that wall for me. And that's where I go, I don't really why I don't like it, but I'm not really into it. Mm-hmm. And it's probably because I can't create that connection with the character, the story. Mm-hmm. So if you go to gameongirl.com/gamerquiz, it's a very insightful it's really quick 20 questions, and it will talk about what type of gamer you are. And that might give you some insight to how you feel as you're playing these games.
I can tell you this, when I pick an MMO dude, and let's say it's a game like WoW doesn't let you pick like a big race, like a tall, or you can't change your height or whatever. Mm-hmm. But even in WoW, I think I favor Orc. And here's why. I think I was always kind of a lerpy dork. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people around me were kind of chauvinist a-holes in high school and stuff. And I feel like when I pick a big, oafish, orcish character, but then in game show that he is not like every other orc, like he will stop and help you with your quest. He will let you live even if you're alliance, because he's a nice guy. He doesn't toe the party line necessarily. I think that is me. I mean, I think that is what I'm doing, that thing you just said. I'm projecting myself into the game. Yeah. And I do that, and especially in games where I can really customize the character. It's an exaggeration of me, but it's still kind of me. And he's always usually a little bit of a freak, but once you get to know him,
real quick. Let's just
do it.
My avatar gender is the same as mine, whichever, depending on the story. What would you say?
Wow. I'm assuming this game is a game where I can choose.
Yeah.
Okay. Same as mine, I think.
Yeah, same as mine. That's me too.
Yeah.
My avatar's hair is what I wish I had, what fits the character, or unimportant.
My guys are usually as bald as I can make them.
Mine is really
not because I'm going bald. I'm not. I just do it. I don't know. I just like that for some reason.
I try to make it like my
you wish
hair.
You were bald?
No, I don't even wish I was bald. I just like the look of like a hero who's got no hair. Yeah.
What fits the character then?
Yeah.
My avatar's body type is one that doesn't get in the way, one that fits the environment, human-like. Probably fits the environment for you.
Really?
What was the other option?
Human-like.
And the other one, third one.
It does one that doesn't get in the way.
Environment. I agree with that.
Yep.
Is that what you said, Brian? You said the same thing.
Yeah, I usually do environment.
All right.
That's the reason why I always end up with some stupid big lumbering.
My avatar's race is attractive, one that eases gameplay, or suitable.
This
is a good Skyrim one, right?
I would say suitable, probably, because, well,
I mean, if you could be an ugly character but have amazing skills, would you pick it?
Oh,
yeah, because I never have to look at myself. I'm going to be in armor that whole game anyway. I can cover it, is what I'm saying. I can cover my ugliness. Look away, I'm hideous, and I can cover it.
But look what I can do. I'm magic.
Yeah.
My avatar's class is diverse, adventurous, or powerful. Probably adventurous.
Adventurous. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say that too as well. Yeah.
Diverse is a weird way to put that, but yeah.
Yeah. Avatar's backstory is elaborate, familiar, or short.
I like mine elaborate.
Mine's pretty elaborate too, yeah. I have a big backstory for GURP that nobody knows, but I know.
I play to win, create, or escape.
I create, man. I don't care about winning.
I escape.
I'd say to create, sure. Create's about me, yeah.
I play to tell a story, go on a quest, get all the loot.
It depends on the game.
I know, right? But 9 times, I mean, we're talking about in general here.
I'm gonna have to say loot because that's the only thing you really hang your hat on. It's like, what'd you do? Well, I made it through all 3 levels. Who gives a crap? Did you get any cool loot? Yeah, I got loot.
Who gives a crap? I'm gonna say quest.
Okay.
Because if we're talking MMOs, that is really my first thing I want to do.
Right.
I play to have a journey, have fun, have bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Why would you even play a game otherwise? Come on.
Journey.
Journey.
Yeah.
Loot and trophies get me on the scoreboard, add depth to my character, or make me happy.
No, make me happy. Always.
Add depth to my character, I'd say.
Yeah. Loot. We already did that. Loot and trophies enhance my character, validate me, or make me a better player.
Validation.
I would say make me a better player. There's a weird peer pressure in MMOs. If you're not geared, you get some heat.
Yeah.
You know?
Other gamers should know what they're doing, aid my character's growth, or respect the way I play.
Respect me, yo.
Help cure my freaking seasonal allergies I'm having right now.
Aid in your character's growth.
What was it? Give me the other two or the other one.
Know what they're doing, aid in my character's growth, or respect the way I play.
I'd say respect the way I play.
Yeah, a gamer is not concerned with winning, immersed in the story, or in the know of news and updates.
Immersed in the story.
Immersed in the story, yeah.
The golden rule of gaming: try new things, be the best you can be, or have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah, I'd say have fun.
We're almost done, I promise.
That's fine.
My avatar is a lot like me, has an interesting family tree, or is the best at what they do.
Interesting family tree. My story is crazy. I was raised by a Tauren.
I would love to hear your story.
I have it written down somewhere. I'll find it. I think you'd like it. I was born in 1,000 Needles. Nobody knows that.
Wow.
It's a long story. It's fun though.
Painful.
It involves some Taurens, and it's me being kidnapped, and it's awesome. Yeah, I'll find it for you sometime.
My avatar is skilled, an alternate identity, or my idealized self.
Idealized self.
Yeah. My avatar is my favorite person, idea, or weapon.
What? I don't understand that question.
I hate people who use avatars.
Yeah. I'll just say person.
Person's fine.
Because you love GURP.
I love GURP. Yeah, he's great. I may love Henry more sometimes, but yeah, I love GURP.
NPCs should be minimal, out of the way, or interactive.
Interactive.
Yeah. Game missions should be connected, challenging, or adaptive.
Adaptive.
And then finally, when I play, I want to be myself, be someone else, or reveal every corner of the map.
Reveal every corner of the map.
That's totally me.
Yeah.
Gotta have the map.
Yep.
All right. So you are 55% role, meaning storytelling through your avatar is your main attraction to the game.
Interesting.
And 35 self, meaning being there would make the experience a lot more fun. And then 10% masteries, trophies, and trophies are a nice bonus for you, but not necessary.
Okay.
So that's your kind of role, your gamer type.
Accept your role, Johnson.
Role.
So
you want to create the story.
So well, that seems good. That seems like a positive place
and
to
be. The self is only 35, so you put yourself in there, but it's more about the story than anything for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That's
there you
it.
go.
Nice
little gamer quiz.
Yeah, gamer quiz, everybody. Be here next week for another gamer quiz. Okay, maybe not.
We're kicking it old school.
It's time to kick it old school. We're talking about an old video game. Not that old, but old enough. 1987 was the year. The game was Dragon Spirit. In brief,
How much older do you need? How much older do you need a video game to be considered
old.
super old?
It's pretty old, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was playing Space Invader in 83 or something, right. Wasn't I think. Anyway, 1987 vertical scrolling shooter arcade game released by Namco and Atari. It was also showed up on the Commodore Amiga, the 64. Oh gosh, the Atari ST.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it was in all sorts of places, and even on the Spectrum. Remember the ZX Spectrum?
Right. Yeah.
You could find it there, man. It is in the kingdom of Midgut. An ugly serpent demon escapes imprisonment after 1,000 years and kidnaps Princess Alicia. What did you say?
Right, Alicia. I said mother.
Oh, mother. A soldier named whatever. It's a shooter. It's a shmup.
But you don't want to skip over the story because the story is one of the best parts of this. Amal is chosen to rescue her, and he points his sword skyward and transforms into a powerful blue dragon. Come on.
I'm going to blow my nose. Keep talking.
Okay, he can breathe fire and drop bombs. They're kind of like bombs, not really bombs. As well as collect up to 13 additional powers during the journey. I love games like this where you just constantly are shooting and collecting crap. And I did not really remember this game very well. And so when I was going through some old school stuff and I saw this and I watched some video footage of it, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I remember the name. I don't remember seeing it though. Like what it looked like.
There was a whole glut of these kind of games. No big deal, but the story behind this one was the most interesting of any of them that I heard.
Well, let's play a little clippy here. This is not you playing.
Not me playing.
Someone else. Skip ahead here a little bit. Here we go. Dragon Spirit 1990. This is an arcade game, everybody. Oh, you know what? I totally remember this game. I think I put quarters in this game. Now that I look at it. And I remember those stupid volcanoes, and they would get me every time.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Best part of that game was that trying to fake like a heavy metal guitar. That's awesome. Go get it now. Not available anywhere. Dragon Spirit. Available nowhere.
On ROMs.
On ROMs. Actually, there's a Nickelcade near us that probably has one, if I had to guess. Do you guys have Nickelcades where you are? Do you guys have that?
No.
They're so awesome out here. They're just big old arcades full of every classic game you can think of, and you go in there and you buy a bunch of nickels, or you cash out a bunch of nickels and just play them for a nickel. It's awesome.
Is that what a Nickelcade is?
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't sound too crazy, does it?
Oh, she's being a smart
ass. A little bit of a smart ass. Nicely done, everybody. That's the show. Went a little long today, but we enjoyed being with you. We hope you at home did as well. Thank you, chat room, for being here, and congratulations to winners of codes. We'll have more of those next week. I apologize for the nasally state of my freaking sneezy nose right now. It got worse as the show went on. I don't know why. There's something outside, and about this time of day, every day, just kills
You're
me.
allergic to quizzes.
I guess. 20 questions gave me 20 pounds of snot or something.
The trees are trying to fornicate in your nose.
Oh, it's bad. But that's going to do it for us. Anything in the world of Nicole that's cool that you want to tell people about? Anything they should be checking out, tuning into? Something cool?
If you're going to Nerdtacular, download that app at tinyurl.com/Nerdtacular. There's some cool features in that. The chat. Did you see the chat features and the picture sharing?
I
and all
did.
that
It's
stuff?
so cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
it did
I love
any
it.
of that. I thought this was like, oh, look at the schedule, and then
No.
all these other things are in there. It's really cool.
And I'm working with Dan to get a schedule of what games they're going to have playing in the Golden Cliff, I think it is, the game room.
Yep, the Golden Cliff game room thing.
Trying to get the game schedule worked out, and that'll be in the app as well. It's not in there right now, but it will be.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
That's cool. I can't wait to see everybody there. I'm getting really
I love
excited.
it.
It's getting
Me
so
too.
close now. It's like, okay, now it's almost go time. Here we go. So do that. Brian, anything from you? Anything cool? I was on your Comics Coast to Coast show. That was fun. Thanks for having me.
Right? That was a blast. Episode 200. We posted this past Monday. Check it out at Comics Coast to Coast. We talked to Scott about everything but comics.
Everything, dude. Oh my gosh.
But
we really went off
we
there.
got a little bit. We got a little bit of comic talk in there though, but it was good. It was a lot about podcasting. If you're into podcasting and listening to me and Scott wax poetic about our storied history of podcasting.
Yeah.
Place
If
to
you
be.
want to hear about just general conversation about the future of content creation online, I think there's some valuable stuff in there.
Absolutely.
So go check that out. In the meantime, folks, if you'd like to, wait a minute, I gotta find everything. If you would like to email us, you can. Keep it interesting, keep it short, and we might just read it. Podcast at finalscoreshow.com. On the website, it's finalscoreshow.com. Big thanks to Paul Swick for his fantastic show notes and all the fine stuff he does behind the scenes. He's the man. On Twitter, find the show at TFS Show. Find me at Scott Johnson. Brian is over there at the Brian Dunaway. That's the Brian Dunaway. And Nicole Spag for Nicole. It's going to do it for us. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon. You guys are
Awesome.
weird. That went really well. Thank you, guys.
Hey.
Nicole, I'm sorry we made you rush with the kid today. I feel bad about
No,
that.
no. Don't worry about it.
It's
Don't
all
worry about
fine? Okay.
it. Yeah, we're good. We're
But I
good.
won't feel bad. Good job, everybody.
Good job,
Enjoy
everybody.
the rest of your evenings, and if anyone
too.
needs me, you know where to find me. And I'm going to go blow my nose until I have no fluids left in my body. Bye now.